happy to be here this afternoon to hear all the honors our students will be receiving at this scholarship event. And I'm just so excited about investing in the futures of our very bright and deserving students seated here in the audience. Now, of course, they're the main focus of the event today. However, that's how it should be. But I also want to thank all the parents sitting here and a lot of other people who have contributed to this scholarship fund that really makes this event possible. I believe Brenda, I don't want to steal her thunder, as president of the Scholarship Foundation, but last year, the foundation gave away around $250,000. Isn't that an amazing amount of money? Just amazing. Now, she'll tell you what the amount is going to be for this year. Like I said, I don't want to steal her thunder. But as a superintendent, I am so aware that every year standards get higher. We expect more of our young people, and they have to enter, after graduation, whether they enter the workforce, whether they go on to the military, you need some kind of post-secondary training these days. And that's why, and we all know how expensive it is, so I know all the parents sitting out there in the audience really appreciate help with that financial burden. So that's why we are so grateful to the generosity of all the individuals, and all these individuals on the stage have contributed to the Scholarship Foundation over the years to make this possible. So I want to thank them, want to thank all the parents for raising such great students, and I want to thank the students for working so hard. You are so deserving. So let's give everyone a round of applause and get the program going. Thank you. And I believe I'm supposed to announce, are you up yet? All right, Brenda King, she is the president of the Scholarship Foundation, a very important person.
Thank you, Mrs. Rowan. I'm really not that important. As president of the foundation, I am pleased to be able to hold our annual scholarship assembly. Thanks to all the trustees, especially Angie Barber, for helping to make this event happen. It takes a lot of work. The Scholarship Foundation is a very unique organization established for the sole purpose of endowment to the students of Norwood High School. We are one of the few school districts in the state of Ohio to have the benefit of such a foundation. I would like to explain how the Scholarship Foundation was originally started. In 1962, Miss Charlotte Kim, who we call Dean of Girls, not assistant principal like we do now, signed a new will leaving her entire teacher's retirement payable to the Norwood High School Scholarship Foundation called the Faculty Memorial Fund. To carry out her wishes, the foundation was organized and incorporated in the state of Ohio as a nonprofit organization. We are governed by a board of trustees. The foundation has been fortunate to have had many teachers, administrators, business leaders, and citizens serve as trustees in the 60+ years of the foundation's existence. We are most grateful for all of their efforts and their contributions. Today we have with us trustees Tina Akers, Angie Barber, who's vice president, Sharon Freihoff, corresponding secretary, Doris Riddle, Betty Green, secretary Betty Green, secretary, Mark Gabbard, Nicole Wiseman, treasurer, and Mike Mayfield. Dave Norcross is another trustee who is not with us today, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Mr. Don Deans, who's recently resigned, has been a trustee for over 17 years. Since 1962, the Scholarship Foundation has been the recipient of many donations from not only faculty members, Norwood families and students, community leaders, and organizations. This morning, you're going to hear a lot of stories of many of them that are being honored. These stories will give you a true sense of the influences the named scholarships have had within the Norwood community. As president of the Norwood High School Scholarship Foundation, I'm pleased to announce that the foundation has appropriated over $275,000 for this year's scholarships. Ms. Kim, who I mentioned earlier, who started the fund, gave $6,300. We have come a long way. We are grateful for all the donations that have been received over the past 60 years that enable us to provide these scholarships to the seniors of Norwood High School. Congratulations to the class of 2024. I have the pleasure of presenting the first of many scholarships. Patricia McMullen from the class of 1979 was a member of Honor Society and loved to be a statistician for the track team. After Norwood, she went on to Miami University to earn her degree and spent her career at the IRS until her unexpected early death at the age of 54. She was a member of Mensa and attributed her great education at Norwood in helping her attain that designation. Patricia was a lover of arts and was a voracious reader that especially loved music. She was very loved and is dearly missed by her family and her many loyal friends. The Patricia A. McMullen Class of 1979 Scholarship is presented to Aiden Bell. Aiden plans to attend Denison University majoring in psychology. Aiden, would you come up? Next is Melvin and Ellen Fitzharris. Melvin was a 1946 graduate of Norwood High School, and Ellen was a 1947 graduate. He was a longtime volunteer with Mended Hearts at local hospitals. He was a true gentleman, anxious to help, and kind to everyone. Melvin and Ellen Fitzharris is presented to Kaviana English. Kaviana plans to attend the Ohio State University and major in pre-med and science. Richard A. Gerhardt was also a 1946 graduate of Norwood High School. In a charitable trust, Mr. Gerhardt left a sizable amount of money to the Norwood High School Foundation, along with contributions to Children's Hospital and Denison University. The Richard Gerhardt Scholarship is presented to Emma Kismati. At Northern Kentucky University, majoring in pre-vet medicine and biological science. Mary Nell Griffin was a founding member of the Norwood High School Scholarship Foundation. Her long, rich, productive life included 38 years at Norwood High School as a phys ed teacher, counselor, and administrator. In 1995, she was enshrined in the Norwood High School Hall of Fame, honoring her contributions to the community and women's sports. The Mary Nell Griffin Scholarship recipient is Woodrow Bowling. Woodrow is planning to attend University of Cincinnati in exploratory studies. The next presenter is Blair Murphy, paramedic and fireman for the City of Norwood, one of my favorite former students.
Good afternoon. It's an honor to be here and represent your guys' Norwood Fire Department. Congratulations to graduates, recipients, and most of all, you parents out there who got your kids through those 12 years. The first scholarship I'm going to present is the Robert Plogman Scholarship. I'm going to tell you a little bit about him. Robert Plogman lived in Norwood and graduated from Purcell High School. After a distinguished military career from 1965 to 1969, where he was a Navy frogman, Bob joined the Norwood Fire Department. On June 22, 1980, a fire occurred at 5146 Carthage Avenue. Firefighter Plogman was off duty and at the time was recalled into assist due to manpower shortages. At that time, another fire was happening simultaneously on Hopkins Avenue. Firefighter Plogman was operating the aerial ladder and heavy
James A. Katsanis, my grandfather, was a proud 1950 graduate of Norwood High School. The son of Greek immigrants, his family valued education and hard work. My grandfather continued his education at the University of Cincinnati, earning his undergraduate degree in 1953, followed by his law degree in 1955. He then went on to, he was at UC on an ROTC scholarship, so he then proudly served his country in the United States Air Force, retiring from the Air Force with the rank of Lieutenant Colonel. After his active duty service in the Air Force, my grandfather started a private law practice here in Cincinnati where he handled matters of all kinds, and after a 50-year law career, he reluctantly retired from the career he loved. He was happy that he was able to give back to his community and to a deserving student at Norwood High School. His advice to all of you students starting out today would be to work hard and dream big. The James Katsanis Scholarship recipient is Aya Cassim. Aya plans to attend the University of Cincinnati, majoring in mechanical engineering. Presenting next is Stephanie Downs, Executive Assistant to Tom Shepard of the Shepard Chemical Company.
The Shepard Chemical Company has been a corporate citizen of Norwood for about 108 years, since its founding by Lee Shepard in July of 1916. The Shepard Chemical Company is proud to support the good work of the Norwood High School Scholarship Foundation. The Shepard Chemical Company recipient is Zane Needham. Zane plans to attend the University of Cincinnati, majoring in chemical engineering. A fellow Bearcat. Way to go, well done. The May Davenport Scholarship. May Davenport was a graduate of Norwood High School, class of 1927. She lived to the age of 102. She credited her long life and success to paying attention in class every day, to studying hard, and to doing her homework. The May Davenport Scholarship recipient is Madeline Dodson. Madeline plans to attend the University of Cincinnati, majoring in biochemistry. Another Bearcat. Well done. Thank you. Oh. Presenting next is Chuck Richardson, the Norwood High School Athletic Director.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Wake up. The Norwood Athletic Boosters is the organization that is formed to contribute money to the Norwood High School and middle school sports teams. Booster clubs are popular in American schools and at the high school and university level. The clubs are generally run and organized by volunteer parents of students in a supportive organization in high schools and by the athletic supporters and fans at colleges. Fundraisers are often held to raise money for supplies or equipment to the students that may be in need or for trips that may need to be taken, One special contribution that the Norwood Boosters make each season or each year is a scholarship to one male and female athlete. The Norwood Athletic Boosters female scholarship recipient is Allie Winchester. Allie plans to attend Mount St. Joseph University and is undecided about her major at this time. The Norwood Athletic Boosters male scholarship recipient is Elijah Thomas. Elijah plans to attend the University of Cincinnati, majoring in mechanical engineering. Now for the Higgins Family Scholarship. Howard James Higgins graduated in 1943 from Norwood High School. Jim excelled in sports during high school, setting a school record in track his senior year, and in 2003 he was inducted into the Norwood High School Athletic Hall of Fame. Jim graduated with honors from the University of Cincinnati with bachelor's and master's degrees in English, psychology, history, and lettered in track and cross country. Jim served in the United States Navy for 3 years on the USS Continent in the Pacific during World War II. He also served several years as a ranger in Glacier National Park. Jim went on to teach and coach at Withrow High School for 40 years. Jim was a generous philanthropist to his church and other community causes. Upon his death at age 91, he set up 2 scholarships to be given to a male and female scholar athlete every year at Norwood High School. The Higgins Family Athlete Scholarship recipient is Leanne Segrist Bellman. Leanne plans to attend the University of Cincinnati, majoring in biological sciences. The Higgins Family Male Athlete Scholarship recipient is Riley Carter. Riley plans to attend Mount St. Joseph University, majoring in criminology. Presenting next is alumnus Taylor Focus and Luis Ariza.
Good afternoon, everyone. Back in 2016, my 2 best friends and I graduated from Norwood High School with a shared love and appreciation for what the school and community had provided for us. 2 of the most important things that we were blessed with was a group of friends that would last a lifetime and the opportunity to continue our education in college. In 2019, as we were getting ready to graduate college, we decided that we wanted to give back to this amazing community and help others pursue their dreams, so we created our own scholarship. The criteria for the scholarship was simple. The recipient was asked to share in an essay how they embodied loyalty. Loyalty is a personal characteristic that means the most to myself and my friends. What we have seen from some of our great mentors, what we seek out in our teammates and colleagues, and most importantly, it's what has kept us together after all these years.
Our recipient today understands the value of loyalty and takes pride in applying it to multiple facets of his life. He has remained loyal to his hometown of Norwood, in which he has made numerous memories and lifelong friends. His teammates and coaches always knew that he was going to give his best no matter the circumstances, because they depended on him even when he was juggling multiple sports that he stayed loyal to at once. And his friends and family know that he will always be there for them when they need him most. With that said, I am honored to announce the 2024 recipient of the Ariaza English and Focus Loyalty Scholarship is Elijah Thomas. Presenting next is Chris Hall, class of the 1965 alums.
Good afternoon, everyone. I thought Chuck had you trained. Good afternoon. In 2015, the Norwood High School class of 1965 celebrated its 50th graduation anniversary. We were grateful for our education, development, and help at the high school. It was so rewarding, and it laid the foundation for us to become who we are today. We decided to give a legacy gift to the high school to commemorate the occasion. Its purpose would be to give back and give forward to future graduates. So alumni from the class donated monies to establish a new endowed scholarship with the High School Scholarship Foundation. First scholarship was awarded in 2016 and continues to give each year to give forward. Today is about the graduates who stand ready to take the next steps in their journey of life. You have gifts and talents in you right now that you haven't tapped into. You might be teaching at a school. One day you might be running it. You might be working at a business. One day you're going to be owning that business. When we dream alone, it is only a dream. But when we dream together, it is the beginning of a new reality. Your schools, your family, your alumni, every sponsor of a scholarship here today are dreaming with you. The class of 1965 scholarship recipient is Austin Parton. Austin plans to attend Mount St. Joseph University, managing in sports management. The Gavey Family Scholarship. The Gavey Family Scholarship was endowed to recognize the contributions made by Dr. T.W. and Bernice Gavey to the Norwood community. It was also endowed to acknowledge their education that they and their children received in graduating from Norwood. The 3 T's, time, talent, and treasure, were role modeled by Dr. Gavey. They would be pleased that a Norwood High School scholarship has been endowed for students to continue their education. This scholarship is being presented to a student who has demonstrated academic success, leadership skills, extracurricular school activities, volunteer work, and community involvement. The Gavey Family Scholarship recipient is Kivonia English. Presenting next is Michael Mayfield, alumnus, Norwood City Schools teacher, and foundation trustee.
Good afternoon. Here we go. Get started. I have 7, if I counted correctly, so I'll be here for a second. The first is the Hill Family Scholarship. It's with gratitude for and appreciation of the education afforded their family. The Hill family established a scholarship in memory of Nellie and Urban Hill. Nellie and Urban's own education were interrupted by the Great Depression, but whose hard work and encouragement allowed their children and grandchildren to pursue a higher education. The Hill Family Scholarship recipient is Mixie Diaz Romero. Mixie plans to attend the Ohio State University, majoring in pre-law. Next is Evan Pangallo and the Kiwanis Scholarship. Urban Pangallo was a 1936 grad and a member of the state championship baseball team that same year. He was awarded a football scholarship to UC. Mr. Pangallo served his country during World War II. After 20 years abroad, Mr. Pangallo returned to Norwood, where he is involved in a number of organizations, including the Kiwanis Club in Norwood. Mr. Pangallo was a firm believer in civic involvement in education. The Urban Pangallo Scholarship recipient is Emmett Bowen. Emmett plans to attend the Ohio State University, majoring in computer sciences and engineering. Next is William and Merle Ripperger Scholarship. The William and Merle Ripperger Memorial Scholarship was established by their family and friends to honor the memory of the 2 longtime Norwood educators. Both taught at Williams Avenue Elementary School for many years, and their 3 children graduated from Norwood High School. As dedicated and beloved educators, the Rippergers would be pleased to know their Memorial Scholarship helps Norwood students. The William and Merle Ripperger Scholarship recipient is Abigail Newmont. UC Blue Ash, majoring in animation. Next is George Bub Cooper Scholarship. George Bub Cooper was an outstanding athlete and scholar. He died of a rare muscle cancer in 1982 while in 8th grade at Norwood Junior High School. This scholarship is awarded to a senior who exemplifies the strength and character of Georgeship while a student at the junior high school. The George Bub Cooper Scholarship recipient is Madeline Dotson. The Edward and Alice Wilson Class of 1923 Scholarship. Mr. Wilson initially set up a scholarship to honor the class of 1923, and upon the deaths of both Edward and his wife, Alice, the family added their names to the scholarship to honor the Wilson family, along with the class of 1923. The Edward and Alice Wilson Class of 23 Scholarship is Zane Needham. These will be two. The Wright Pat Credit Union Scholarship. Wright Pat Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial cooperative owned by members and dedicated to the philosophy of helping people achieve greater financial success for themselves and their families. Their vision is to be the best financial institution their members have ever experienced and the best place their employees have ever worked. Wright Pat Credit Union honors two Norwood High School's students with scholarships in furthering their secondary education. The first Wright Pat Credit Union scholarship recipient is Summer Saylor. Summer plans on attending Cincinnati State, majoring in real estate. The second Wright Pat Credit Union Scholarship recipient is Esteban Reyes Samano. Esteban plans on attending Xavier University, majoring in accounting. Presenting next is Nicole Wiseman, alumna, Williams Avenue Elementary teacher, and foundation treasurer.
Good afternoon. The first scholarship I'm going to present is the James L. Hull Scholarship. Jim Hull taught history for the Norwood City Schools for 5 decades, 1956 to 1993 at Norwood Middle School and Sharpsburg Elementary. His emphasis was Ohio history, and he was the host of WCET's Hour of History in Ohio. He was a devoted husband, father, and grandfather. Mr. Hull cherished the Norwood students and felt it a pleasure to teach. The James L. Hull Scholarship is presented to Aiden Bingham. Aiden plans to attend the University of Cincinnati. The next scholarship is the Rama Skinner Schoolmeyer Foundation Scholarship. Rama Skinner Schoolmeyer graduated from Norwood High School in 1952 and was a straight-A student. She and her husband Edgar live in Fort Worth, Texas, and have established the Schoolmeyer Foundation to contribute to many worthy causes. The Rama Skinner Schoolmeyer Foundation Scholarship recipient is Emma Sismani. The Al Solt Scholarship. Al Solt was a graduate of Norwood High School and worked for the WKRC TV station for many years. He worked as a production manager until he retired. After retirement from the WKRC Channel 12, he returned to his roots to help out the TV studio located at the Norwood High School that we now know as Pace TV. The Al Solt Scholarship recipient is Abigail Newmoff. Kathy Shelby, class of 1986 scholarship. Kathy Shelby was born and raised in Norwood, Ohio, graduating from Norwood in 1986. While at Norwood High School, she was a cheerleader, a member of the pep band, and later became the band field commander. Her teaching career began and ended in Norwood City Schools. She was a very giving and loving person and always looked out for the best interest in her students and those she loved. The Kathy Shelby class of 1986 scholarship recipient is Emmett Bowling. Silas Clifton Smith Scholarship. Silas Clifton Smith graduated from Norwood High School in 1961 and then attended the Cincinnati Art Academy. His Memorial Scholarship honors family members who also graduated from Norwood. The Silas Clifton Smith Scholarship recipient is Zane Needham. Lawrence W. and Virginia McCormick Hill Scholarship. Lawrence and Virginia McCormick Hill. Virginia was a 1945 graduate of Norwood High School. Virginia and her husband never had children, but in their will, they designated that a portion of their estate go to a Norwood High School Scholarship Foundation to support students in furthering their secondary education. The Lawrence W. and Virginia McCormick Hill Scholarship recipient is Bowen Garibay. Bowen plans to attend the University of Cincinnati in exploratory studies. The Gary McDowell Scholarship. Gary was a graduate of Norwood High School and University of Cincinnati. He was a veteran of the U.S. Army Reserve. He worked as an accountant, a business administrator at Purdue University, and the University of Cincinnati. He was a real estate broker, he was a realtor and finally a broker for his own residential real estate firm. The Gary McDowell Scholarship is awarded to Aiden Bingham. Presenting next is Robin Brewer, Norwood High School teacher and niece of Gary and Frank and Jerry Kurtz.
Good afternoon. Sitting back there, anyway, I was sitting back there, observing and had a moment of enlightenment. And I realized I was not fortunate enough to graduate from Norwood High School, but my dad was, 1962 graduate. And that opened the doors for a lot of things for me. And I realized that a lot of these scholarships being given today are being given in the names of people who were good friends of my dad's, who shaped and molded me in part into the adult that I have become. Some of the scholarships being given today in the name of people, as well as some of the presenters giving them, are people who have shaped and molded me into the teacher I have become today. And I can't thank those people enough. The foundation does so much beyond giving money to people. And sometimes we think the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, but I was a 1989 graduate of Little Miami High School, which I am proud. It's a good school to go to. We had our third alumni scholarship assembly last Saturday night, and we gave 4 $1,000 scholarships, because in 10 years, that's what we've been able to raise. As you heard at the beginning, we gave $250,000 last year. It's a pretty big deal. And we have a lot to be thankful for here in Norwood. That's just one of the many things. So, back to the awards. My first scholarship, as Ms. Weisman said, is for my aunt and uncle, Frank and Jerry Kurtz, who both grew up in Norwood. They became sweethearts when they met on the playground at U Elementary in the 4th grade and stayed sweethearts their entire lifetime. After graduation from Norwood High School, Frank went to serve in the armed forces. When his duty was done, Uncle Frank returned home to marry his longtime sweetheart, my Aunt Jerry. They resided initially here in Norwood, where Uncle Frank and Aunt Jerry began to invest in the lives of Norwood students, athletes, members of the YMCA clubs, as so many other people have done. Uncle Frank and Aunt Jerry often provided food, clothing, shelter, and financial assistance to students in need. Uncle Frank and Aunt Jerry would be proud to know that they are still investing in the lives of young people today. The Frank and Jerry Kurtz Scholarship recipient is Leanne Segrist Belmont. Our next scholarship is the Norwood Teacher Association Scholarship. The Norwood Teachers Association knows firsthand how important education is for the future of our society. With that said, the Norwood Teachers Association is committed in helping students of Norwood High School advance their future. The Norwood Teachers Association Scholarship recipient is Austin Parton. Our next presenter is Alice Rierica from the Women's Business Organization.
Good enough.
Good enough, thank you.
It's the Norwood Business and Women's Club, and that's a mouthful. And I always give a book, so it's Lee Bardogo's The Familiar, in case you were interested, and you sign it and write him a little note. It's so cute. Okay. Norwood Business and Professional Women's Club just celebrated our 90th anniversary. The sole mission of the club has always been, and still is, to promote interest in and provide service to our community. Through its volunteer services, some of our club's charitable benefactors include the Norwood Senior Center and various Norwood school funding for different organizations in the school, and this scholarship foundation. Additionally, we provide food baskets to families in need during the holidays. We also organize and sponsor Norwood Day, which you know this year is New Norwood Day, because no more Coney, which will be July 20th this year, and we hope to see you there, as well as Christmas Town every December. The NVPWC Scholarship recipient is Aya Kassam. Our next is the Nora Overstreet Scholarship. Nora Overstreet was an active member of the Norwood Business and Professional Women's Club for over 25 years. Born in Paducah, Kentucky, Miss Overstreet moved to Norwood in her early 20s and became an active in various organizations throughout her community. Upon her death in 1998, she bequeathed a large portion of her estate to the club's scholarship fund. The Nora Overstreet Scholarship recipient is Carly White. Carly plans to attend Mount St. Joseph, majoring in biology. One more, the NBPWC Memorial Scholarships. In celebration of our 85th anniversary in 2019, the club voted to create a memorial scholarship in memory of all the wonderful women who worked diligently over the years for the betterment of Norwood. Today, we honor their dedication and contributions to the club by presenting this scholarship to a deserving young woman. The Norwood Business and Professional Women's Club Memorial Scholarship recipient is Leanne Segrist Belmont. I think said the next presenter is Mark Gabbard.
folks. How we doing? Good. 35 years ago, my senior year here at Norwood High School, I was called up on the stage for the Booster Scholarship. It was the only scholarship I got because I didn't have a 3.0 or higher. So, congratulations on that one. Yours GPA was much higher than mine, I'm sure it was in high school. So, I was also told that being the principal, we all have to do these task reports. I was instructed that I needed to get a selfie. Ready, guys? All right. That's going on my status report. We have to do that weekly. You're my witnesses, right? All right, our first scholarship. I have 7 or 8 to give out here. Holly Funk Scholarship. Harold Funk. Harold Funk, as a resident of Norwood, Mr. Funk served on the Board of Education for 36 years and as a trustee of that foundation. Harold Funk was generous with his time and money for the students of Norwood City Schools. The Harold Funk Scholarship recipient is Woodrow Bowling. Next is our James Downs Memorial Scholarship. Jim Downs attended Norwood U and North Norwood Elementary Schools. He was a '64 grad at Norwood High School, where he lettered in football, basketball, and baseball. He graduated from the University of Cincinnati in Business Administration and served in the U.S. Army Reserves. Jim died unexpectedly from cancer in 1994. The James Downs Memorial Scholarship recipient is Bowen Garabay. Next scholarship is the Timothy Joseph Miller Scholarship. Timothy Joseph Miller graduated from Norwood High School in 1986. After high school, he pursued a teaching degree at Northern Kentucky University and then went to teach in Florida. Along with teaching, Tim had a passion for music. He played the guitar in high school and with his church. He was diagnosed with leukemia in 2006, and after fighting a hard battle, he passed away in 2011. He showed spirit and determination in everything he did. And although Tim is no longer with us, the impression he left on those that he knew will last forever. The Timothy Joseph Miller Scholarship recipient is Aiden Bell. Virginia Todd Scholarship. Virginia Todd graduated Norwood in 1936 and then went on to be a graduate from Miami University and Columbia University. She taught at Sharpsburg for 34 years and retired in 1974. She later passed in 2007. She was a lifelong member of the Norwood Presbyterian Church, and in appreciation of the schools and the communities, a generous donation was given to the Norwood Scholarship Foundation. The Virginia Todd Scholarship recipient is Isabel Segal. The Ted Dorrell Scholarship. Mr. Dorrell was born and raised in Norwood. He attended Williams Avenue Elementary and graduated from Norwood in 1932. In 1938, he and his friends, Paul Fern, opened Dorrell and Fern Florist. Mr. Dorrell was also known for his involvement in a variety of Norwood associations. He served over 20 years on the Norwood School Board, the Norwood Civil Service Commission, the Norwood Presbyterian Church, the Norwood Historical Society, and the Ohio State Florist Association. And he was also a founding member of the Norwood High School Scholarship Foundation, the reason we're here today. The Ted Dorrell Scholarship recipient is Mason Kelch. Mason plans on attending the University of Cumberland, majoring in business entrepreneurship. Gary Charlton Scholarship. Gary Charlton graduated from Norwood in 1968, where he was voted most outstanding co-op in senior class. He taught for the Norwood City Schools until his untimely death. He was a graduate of Xavier University, where he studied business. Gary was a devoted and knowledgeable teacher. His family and friends donated funds to honor the life of Gary Charlton. The recipient of the Gary Charlton Scholarship is Devin Earhart. Two more. Don't let the glare bother you too much. Roger Hinkle Scholarships. The Norwood community lost one of its own heroes on March 26th of 2014 when Roger Hinkle of the Hamilton County Sheriff's Department passed away after a 3-year battle with cancer. Roger was a 1976 grad who also was all-league linebacker his senior year and in the old Hamilton County American League. He continued his football career on with Western Kentucky University, where he was also president of the Sigma Nu fraternity. After graduation, he entered the Marines, where he married his sweetheart, Sally Conley. Roger retired from the Marines in 1997 as a captain, where he flew the largest helicopters in the U.S. fleet, 53rd E Super Stallion. After the Marines, he joined the Hamilton County Sheriff's Department as a helicopter pilot to serve his community. Roger is survived by his wife Sally, his daughter Kelly, and his sons Jake and Patrick. After his passing, a group of his friends and family banded together to start the Roger Hinkle Scholarship Fund to honor Roger. Roger Hinkle Scholarship recipient is Leanne Seekers-Bellman. The Lisa Tanner Scholarship. Lisa Jo Tanner was a 1989 grad at Norwood High School. Sorry, classmate of mine here from. Teacher of over 23 years at Allison, Norwood View Elementary. Lisa married her best friend, Chuck Tanner, in 1996, and together the life of these two boys, Ryan and Jake Tanner. She attended Northern Kentucky University, majoring in elementary education, and graduated from the University of Cincinnati. During her time as a student at Norwood High School, she played softball, and she was a cheerleader for basketball and the football teams, where she was the homecoming queen in 1988. Lisa was an avid sports fan and enormous part of the Norwood Indian Nation. But above all else, she loved education and the children she taught. Lisa spent much of her adult life paying it forward for the love of education to countless children who consider her not just a coach and a teacher, but a mentor and a friend. Scholarship was established in Lisa's name to ensure that her passion for education and the Indian Nation and the Norwood Life community today and for many more years to come. The Lisa Tanner, Dyer Tanner Scholarship recipient is Eli Jones. Eli Jones. Next to the stage presenting is Susan Gesselbrock, class of 1968.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you. I'm honored to present the Gesselbrock Family Scholarship in memory of my late father, my mother, my brother, and my sister-in-law. My family goes back about 6 generations, I think, to Norwood High School. My dad went to Norwood View, my mother went to Sharpsburg. They met in this building in 1932 when they were students here, and they married, they married 10 years later. After graduating from Xavier and serving time in the Navy during World War II, my father came to work at Norwood High School as a teacher and later served as principal for 20 years. My mother was a professional volunteer for the PTA, for the Norwood Business and Professional Women's Club, the Athletic Boosters, the Alumni Association, and for several years was president of this scholarship foundation. My brother Jerry graduated from Norwood in 1963, and later when my niece and nephew were growing up here, he was involved in Norwood Knothole, the Athletic Boosters, the Alumni Association, the Golf Outing, and the Athletic Hall of Fame. My sister-in-law Doris grew up in Kentucky but adopted Norwood as her hometown. So much so that people came to believe she was a Norwood graduate. So I'm very proud to present the Gesselbrock Family Scholarship to Alon Nolasco de Leon. He plans to attend the University of Cincinnati and major in computer engineering. I am also presenting the scholarship from the Norwood High School classes of 1967 and 1968. We still hang out together. Yesterday, I had lunch with about 7 of my classmates from both classes, and when I told them I was coming here, they asked me to remind you to continue to have a good time, but study hard and keep moving forward. I'm very proud to present the scholarship from the classes of 67 and 1968 to Mason Kelch. And now I'm very pleased to introduce Ms. Karen Eads, Sharpsburg Elementary teacher and Norwood alumna.
Hello. I'm going to try something different. I have to tell you, it brings me such joy to be here, to see these grown-up faces, because many of these faces were students I taught when they were 6 and 7 years old. And so I'm really trying to see that. I see who they are, a lot of them that I taught, and I'm so proud of all of them. Congratulations to all of you. For those of you who don't know me or may have forgotten me, my name is Karen Eads, and I am the daughter-in-law of the late V. Karen and W. Clark Eads. It is my great privilege to be here today in their honor. My mother and father-in-law grew up in Norwood, met at Waterworks Park, graduated from Norwood High School, and married in Norwood. They raised their only son, Clark, my husband, here in Norwood. They worked for many years in Norwood, and my father-in-law even taught and coached many Norwood alumni. Many years later, they moved out of Norwood only because they wanted to live closer to their cherished grandchildren. Their hearts remained in Norwood, and they forever enjoyed lending a helping hand to any family, friends, or Norwood students who needed it. For several years, I taught at Allison Elementary, and I now teach at Sharpsburg Primary School. Throughout these years, my in-laws eagerly purchased coats, books, shoes, and any other necessities for my students in my classrooms. Those who knew W. Clark Eads fondly called him Mr. Norwood, as he was dedicated to all things Norwood. He was instrumental in the creation of the currently thriving Norwood Alumni Room and Association, and through these, his memory lives on. Our family jokes that even though he completely adored his family, he may have loved Norwood just a little bit more. B. Karen and W. Clark Eads would be ecstatic to assist in furthering the education of a deserving Norwood student. Their son, Clark, and I are honored to continue our family's legacy by awarding this scholarship to one of my former students, Montserrat Morales Alfaro. Montserrat plans to attend the University of Cincinnati, majoring in psychology. Presenting next is Becca Lynch Bradford, alumna and former Norwood cheerleader.
October 13th, 2005 is a day that I will never forget. It's the day that Danielle Franklin lost her life very tragically. Dani was a cheerleader for Norwood Middle School, and I had the pleasure to actually cheer alongside of her. She was energetic, spirited, and had the most infectious smile. To honor Danielle's memory, Norwood awards a scholarship to a graduating senior whose work character reflects Danny's spirit. It's my honor to present this year's Daniel Franklin Scholarship to Carly White. Presenting it next is Ted Bolster, son of Tom Bolster.
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, thanks everyone for coming here. Thanks everyone who applied, and thank you everybody who earned a scholarship. So my name is Ted Bolster. I'm the son of Tom and Tony Bolster. I am presenting on behalf of the Tom Bolster Foundation, a foundation in which I created on behalf of my dad, Tom. Since our inception, we have donated over $60,000, which was in 2020, to those in need, to those who deserve, and to those who have earned. When we made the decision to donate an annual $5,000 scholarship to Norwood on behalf of my dad, my mom, Tony Bolster, has since passed away from a battle with leukemia. This scholarship represents both of them, who they are and what they did for others. My dad taught at Norwood for 23 years, coached football and wrestling. Not only does this scholarship represent toughness, grit, determination, and being part of a team, but also kindness and willingness to listen and stand up for those who can't. When Tom played rugby and an altercation ensued, my dad would be the mediator and on the front lines. When my dad felt that a student was struggling at home or was being bullied, he would also be the first person to help, tend to, and listen to that student. With this scholarship comes the opportunity to honor two people who have not only affected my life substantially, but affected thousands of others in a remarkable manner. My parents are the epitome of what good people are, and this is what the scholarship is all about. Congratulations, Austin Parton. You've earned the Tom Bolster Foundation Scholarship. Presenting next is Tina Akers, Sharpsburg Principal and Foundation Trustee.
Okay, I have a whole bunch. It's a pleasure to be here. And the first scholarship that I will be presenting today is the Kenneth C. Linder Scholarship. Kenneth C. Linder graduated from Norwood High School in 1950 and was involved in everything in Norwood that he could. He was in the Kiwanis, Norwood Chamber of Commerce, Norwood Board of Education, and Norwood Historical Society. He loved Norwood and lived here his whole life. He passed away in 1998 after a 16-month battle with cancer. Mr. Linder's children thought their dad was the smartest person in the world. He attended the University of Cincinnati and graduated in 1954 with a degree in history and pre-law. He eventually became a tax preparer. Education was extremely important to their father, and education is the way that you grow and become more worldly. Education opens doors. This year's Kenneth C. Linder Scholarship recipient is Isabella Segal. Next is the Paul Delft Scholarship. Paul Delft was a 1975 graduate of Norwood High School who was very active in the music program as well as the art program. After high school, he attended and graduated from CCM at the University of Cincinnati. Paul was very dedicated to his music and was very successful as a musician until his untimely death. He composed many different music pieces in high school as well as after high school, and also worked with the best artists in California. The Paul Delft Scholarship recipient is Emmett Bowman.
Next is the Hayden and Madeline Sizemore Scholarship. Hayden and Madeline Sizemore met in France during World War I, and after that they became residents of Norwood, residing on Guatman Avenue. Hayden was a justice of the peace and a realtor in Norwood. They were very grateful to the Norwood schools because their niece from France learned English and American traditions during the year that she lived with them, and she attended Norwood High School. The Sizemore's Memorial Scholarship is a reflection of their appreciation and gratitude. The recipient of the Hayden and Madeline Sizemore Scholarship is Mitzi Diaz Romero. The Dr. Catherine Sabo Scholarship. Dr. Sabo grew up in the city of Norwood and attended Norwood City Schools. She graduated from Norwood High School in 1986 and went on to attend Indiana Wesleyan University for her bachelor's degree, Xavier University for her master's degree, and Miami University for her doctorate. Dr. Sabo began teaching in Norwood, then on to King's and Claremont Northeastern, but returned to Norwood in 2008 as the principal of the middle school. She was appointed superintendent of the Norwood City School District in 2017. She believed in this community and the ability for education to make a critical difference in the lives of our students. Dr. Sabo's battle with cancer ended in October of 2019 at the young age of 51. Following her passing, her family discovered a homework assignment in her childhood belongings that she had completed while a student at Norwood Middle School. The essay was titled, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" She had written, "When I grow up, I want to become a teacher at Norwood Middle School, or maybe an administrator, like a principal or a superintendent." Dr. Catherine Sabo Scholarship recipient is Woodrow Bowling. The Marlene and Harry Walters Scholarship is next. Marlene Cole Walters graduated from Norwood High School in 1958, and she married Harry that same year. They reared 4 children who, along with several grandchildren, also graduated from Norwood. Marlene and Harry were kind and gentle people who were very active in the schools where their children attended. Marlene's family established the scholarship after her death in 1984 to continue her support and her great loves, children and music. The Marlene and Harry Walters Scholarship recipient this year is Aiden Bell. Next is the Brandon Morris Class of 1999 Scholarship. Brandon Morris didn't begin attending Norwood High School until his senior year, but his infectious smile, amazing personality, and kindness caused him to make friends with practically everyone almost immediately. He was always up for fun, enjoyed being part of the wrestling team, playing music, spending time with family, and rooting for the underdog. He was a peace lover and a hard worker, working 2 jobs and attending college. Brandon died much too young, a true hero, laying down his life for friends during a robbery. His family and friends are proud that he shines on through this scholarship in his name. The Brandon Morris Class of 1999 Scholarship recipient is Riley Carmen. The Ross Dunn Scholarship is next. Ross Dunn was a World War II vet who taught at Norwood High School and served as head of the Social Sciences Department for many years. He and his wife helped many Norwood students obtain a college education. Upon his death, he left a trust fund with the interest to be awarded yearly in the scholarship. The Ross Dunn Scholarship recipient is Devin Earhart.
Seibert Scholarship. Mike was a longtime teacher and coach at Norwood. He loved working with young people and always tried to bring out the best in his students and athletes. Mike is truly missed by his family and friends. His passing at the age of 61 while on a daily run was truly a wake-up call for the rest of us. He lived his life to the fullest and would recommend that same philosophy for everyone. He wanted to be able to help a deserving student when he set up this scholarship fund. The Mike Seibert Scholarship recipient is Nevaeh Salamandra. And my last scholarship is the Teresa Backscheider Community Service Scholarship. Teresa Romanello Backscheider was a 1977 graduate of Norwood High School, where she was an Indianette and a member of various organizations. After graduating from the University of Cincinnati, she came back to Norwood to teach at the high school. After teaching for 18 years, she became a guidance counselor for the Norwood Middle School and then high schools for the next 10 years. When she was diagnosed with a brain tumor, her chance of survival was slim. With determination and strength, she beat the odds and continued her work for another 4 years. This scholarship was created to honor her and her legacy as a Norwood Indian and to create a helping hand for those in need. The recipient this year of the Teresa Backscheider Community Service Scholarship is Emmett Boyd. Our next presenter is Mark O'Keefe, alumnus and uncle of Tim O'Keefe.
I'm always amazed when I come back here how much they've shrunk this auditorium from when I was here. It used to be really huge. I get it that it takes it's a bit of a challenge to sit and listen to all these stories about people you don't have any idea who they were, but understand that these folks are being honored by this group and everyone creating these scholarships because they believe in the school and they believe in the students. And it's a very important thing to listen to the stories. The stories are about people that had a great deal of life and they lived a life well lived, or a life too short. I want to share a quick story about my nephew, Tim. It was May of 1979, beautiful day, beautiful night. My entire family, all my brothers, sisters-in-laws, girlfriends, fiancés, everybody was together celebrating my nephew, my parents' first grandchild's graduation from high school. Everybody was all excited. It was a great night. 2 weeks later, my younger brother drowned in a canoeing accident. He was a 1971 graduate and my best friend, and it just tore our family apart. So in the process of dealing with that through the summer of '79, I taught my nephew Tim how to drive Pat, my brother Pat was the one who drowned, his stick shift. It's a good skill to learn. I learned to drive a stick shift. So everybody was becoming aware and becoming more comfortable with the idea that we've had a major loss in the family. So it rolls around, and my brother Danny, the oldest brother, and also a Norwood policeman, and his son Tim, who we're honoring today, went to a Reds game on a Tuesday night, September 11th. And on their drive home, they're driving up, they come off the Norwood lateral and get off Marion exit, going up the hill, when a guy driving with no headlights, 60 miles an hour, with two girls in the back screaming, "Stop, stop," ran every stop sign, every stoplight, and my brother didn't see him coming, and he pulled in and crashed into the car. My brother died on the scene. My nephew was alive for a couple of days at the hospital. So you can imagine how devastating that was for my family. First Pat, then Danny and Tim, within 3 months of each other. So we raised money to create this scholarship. But one last thing I do want to share. At the funeral, we had a funeral on Friday for my brother, the policeman, with the full military type honors. And then we had a funeral on Monday for Tim. All his friends, like you guys, all showed up with their recent graduation tassels. Everybody was there. And we thought, where'd all the kids go? They come back in a line, lined up, and one by one put their tassels in Tim's casket. So he was buried with over 30 tassels in his casket. So these are important things to keep in mind, that all of these folks have some loved one who cared enough about you in this school to create these scholarships, including my family, who created the Tim O'Keefe Scholarship, who the recipient is Riley Carmen. Our next presenter is Maria Peace, alumni, daughter of Juliana Pajoli.
My mom, Julianne, was a 1977 graduate of Norwood High School. On January 31st, 2014, at the age of 54, she lost her battle to cancer. She was the most selfless person. She was always helping someone. Friends, our friends, families, strangers, good, bad, and so many animals. She was there. Losing my mom was a tragedy, and the unexpected loss leaves us missing her every day. It has been 10 very long years without her, but through this foundation, we are able to keep a little piece of her memory alive by helping a deserving student each year further their education and reach their goals. It is my honor to present the Julianne Pavoli Memorial Scholarship to one of the sweetest girls I know, Miss Maddie Dotson. And presenting next is Pete Ventura, owner of the Ventura Builders.
Hello. Today, I'm here to present, for the first time, the Miranda and Pete Ventura Scholarship. My wife Miranda and I decided to create a scholarship to give back to the Norwood community. I grew up in Norwood and have always had a fondness for the area and its people. As my wife grew to love Norwood as well, we created the Ventura Builders Group. We began revitalizing older homes as well as buildings, such as the former Fidelity Federal Building, which is now the Ventura Event Center, and the former Ted's Pawn Shop in South Norwood, which is now Bertie's Coffee Company. It has been important to us as our success grew to give back to the Norwood community that has supported and helped us over the years. We understand the importance of education and are excited to give back by supporting a scholarship through the Norwood High School Scholarship Foundation for a deserving Norwood High School student. The recipient of the Ventura Builders Group Scholarship is Elijah Thomas. Presenting next is Dave Bucco, son of Mary Morris Bucco.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dave Bucco, and I'm a 1981 graduate. It's my pleasure to be here today representing my two sisters, Dale and Lynn, my oldest brother, Jim, and my deceased brother, Brad. I'm here to award Mary Morris Bucco Memorial Scholarship. Our mother, Mary Morris, attended Sharpsburg Elementary and then Norwood High School, where she met her future husband, Jim Bucco. Together, they raised 5 kids who all went to North Norwood Elementary and then on to this high school. I was the youngest of the 5. In 1981, I was sitting right over in that area, half asleep. During this assembly, when a presenter called my name to come up on stage and receive the North Norwood Elementary PTA Scholarship. Like other Norwood families, money wasn't easy to come by. We were struggling to pay for my tuition at my university. Our mother was deeply touched by this gift and was forever grateful for the generosity of the school district. Sadly, our mom died 5 years later of heart disease at the age of 63. Our father started this memorial scholarship to pay back to Norwood schools for all they did to educate the children. Mary Puco was involved in the PTA, the Norwood Business and Professional Women's Club, the Athletic Boosters, and worked for 2 different companies here in Norwood. Our mother strongly believed in the value of a solid education. She actually influenced 3 of us to become teachers. So here I am today, helping someone further their education. The Mary Puco Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Alum Nolasco de Leon. The next presenter is Mr. Devin Lawler, high school teacher and former coach of Jennifer Huber.
Good afternoon, everybody. First, I'd like to just say congratulations to the class of 2024. It's been a privilege to teach you guys. I know you're going to go on to do great things, make Norwood proud. It's also my honor to present the Jenny Huber Scholarship. Jenny was a Norwood student, soccer player. She was always an enthusiastic and conscientious person who was able to bring out the best in others. She defeated cancer on 2 separate occasions in her childhood and was always courageous in the face of hardship, but unfortunately she died at the end of her freshman year. Said I had the privilege to both coach and teach Jenny. She was an amazing person. To think what she went through by the time she was only a freshman gave me a lot of perspective and inspiration for not just me, but the entire team. She never liked to talk about what happened, and I didn't know that she even had cancer until she didn't come to practice a couple of days. And Tom Munchin came up and talked to me, and it was kind of hard to believe. I said she was just a freshman, probably not ready for varsity, but that's all we had that year was a varsity team. And she wasn't able to attend school eventually, and she would always turn her homework in. Every week I got a packet with all her homework done meticulously. And then she was able to return to school with a couple months. And she told me, she's like, you know, Mr. Lawler, I want you to know that I'm going to be there next year. She loved being on the soccer team. She said, I'm going to be there next year. And unfortunately, she didn't make it through the summer, but she was there in spirit. The next year, we dedicated the season to her. And we did have the most successful team that year that Norwood ever had. So it was a privilege to have been a part of Jenny's life. She was part of the graduating class of 2012. Jenny will forever live on in the hearts and minds of the Norwood student body and community. The Jennifer Huber Scholarship recipient is Allie Winchester. Presenting next is Donna Lake, wife of alumnus Bob Lake and mother of alumni Rebecca and Kevin Lake.
We're happy to know we're about 2/3 of the way finished. My husband Bob, who graduated in 1968, he actually considered his years at Norwood High School some of the best years of his life, believe it or not, you high school people. But he and I were the first generation of our families to graduate from college, and so when our children were born, there was no doubt that education was very important to us. And Kevin graduated from Norwood High School in 1995 and Rebecca in 1999. They both received scholarships from the Scholarship Foundation and went on to receive degrees of their own and have very nice careers. And so on behalf of our family, we wanted to establish the Lake Family Scholarship in the hopes of assisting future Norwood graduates the opportunity to further their education and to have a career of their own. We're honored to be part of the Norwood High School Scholarship Foundation, and we wish all of the graduates the very best as you leave Norwood High School to pursue your own dreams. The Lake Family Scholarship recipient is Carly White. And presenting the next scholarship is Jerry Cox, alumnus and father of Adam Cox.
I'm a 1975 alumnus in Norwood, and 49 years ago, I was sitting out there where you are, and I did not get any scholarships because I didn't deserve them. But I'm talking about Adam today. Adam was class of 1999, class served at Norwood, was captain of the wrestling team. He had such a great joy for life and compassion for others. He always spoke his mind. He was a 4-year varsity starter in wrestling. Played the trumpet, horn, and marching band. He attended Miami University for a year and then transferred to Ohio State to become an architect. While at Ohio State, he was stricken by cancer. He passed away in 2002. Coach Robish, Mr. Robish, started named Norwood's tournament after Adam Cox Memorial Tournament. I've heard the names of so many people today that I went to school with, that taught me, that taught my kids here. And so, for the first time in many years, I get to present the scholarship to somebody I actually know. This year's Adam Cox Memorial Scholarship recipient is Mason Kelch. Presenting next is Melinda Tarver, Norwood alumnus.
Pardon me while I clank up here. Hello, is everyone doing okay?
Yes.
Getting through it? All right, shake it off. My name is Melinda Tarter. I'm a class of 1990 graduate, and I'm here presenting the Tarter Family Scholarship. I don't have a beautiful, touching story like so many of the others you have heard today. I'm so thankful that they have shared their stories because it's vital to this day, and I hope that comes through. My parents were leaders of the community. My brother wasn't the football quarterback, and I wasn't the prom queen or the valedictorian. But my parents did do one amazing thing in 1963. My mom took a train to Cincinnati from a little holler in Kentucky and came to join my dad in this little city he had found and moved them to, the city of Norwood. That move changed the trajectory of my parents' lives, but it also changed the lives of my brother and I, as it would mean we would attend Norwood City schools from K through 12. It would bring many firsts for our family, like taking home ec, shop, politics, and economics. We gained knowledge for entering the professional workforce, high school diplomas, and college. My parents were very proud. Not having kids of my own, this scholarship is about paying it forward in legacy. This is my way of declaring to you that you are cared about, that it matters how you do in school. Your dreams matter, you matter, you are loved by this community and this school. So as you walk through these hallowed halls, I hope you can hear my voice along with so many who have gone before me. And I hope you can hear them all say, you matter. And learn today, dream big, lead tomorrow. And so it is my pleasure to present this year's scholarship to Mixie Diaz Romero. And it is truly my honor to introduce the next speaker, Ms. Riddle, who is on the trustee board for the Scholarship Foundation.
Good afternoon.
It is my honor and pleasure to present 6 scholarships. The first is the Florence Nolte Scholarship. Ms. Nolte was hired by the Norwood Board of Education in 1953 as a counselor for students from the Norwood View District through their high school years and served for 23 years. She received a prestigious award from the Cincinnati Guidance and Personnel Association, recognizing her leadership in involving students and parents in guidance situations. An anonymous donation for $6,500 was received, and the donor designated that a scholarship be set up in Miss Nolte's name. Like many of our scholarships, former students, relatives, and businesses connected to Norwood have fond memories and appreciation for their connections to Norwood. The one clue to this donor is that he was counseled by Miss Nolte while a student at Norwood High School and became a successful entrepreneur. The Florence Nolte Scholarship recipient is Montserrat Morales Alcala. Next is the Eileen Parrish Scholarship. I'm happy to say that I had the honor and privilege of working with Ms. Parrish before her retirement. Eileen Parrish taught English and Latin at Norwood High School. During her tenure, she also served as department head, Norwood Teachers Association president, and Scholarship Foundation treasurer. She was a lifelong learner in many fields. Colleagues described her as capable, willing, agreeable, and precise, with a subtle sense of humor that made her an interesting person and friend. The Eileen Parrish Scholarship recipient is Esteban Reyes Samana. The Farmer Family Scholarship. Eileen O'Dowd Farmer, Farrell Farmer, Robert Doyle Farmer. Farrell Farmer was a 1946 graduate of Norwood. A generous and caring man, he became a valuable trustee of the Norwood Scholarship Foundation. He was quick-witted and very interested in helping the class of 1946 and his own family in establishing scholarships by donating large sums of monies on numerous occasions. The Farmer Family Scholarship recipient is Emma Sismati. The Marilyn Whistler Scholarship. Marilyn Whistler, known to her friends and students as Wiz, served Norwood students as a physical education teacher and a counselor for many years. Upon her death in 1978, she left her retirement assets to the Norwood High School Scholarship Foundation to help students further their education. The Marilyn Whistler Scholarship recipient is Abigail Numa. the Mildred and Francis S. Hannaford Scholarship. Francis Hannaford graduated from Norwood High School in 1919 and later married Mildred Holly Hannaford. Because of his love of Norwood, he chronicled the history of the city and the school district in a series of photographs. In addition, Mr. Hannaford was a well-known architect in the city of Cincinnati. At Mr. Hannaford's death, the Scholarship Foundation received a generous contribution from his estate. The Mildred and Francis S. Hannaford Scholarship recipient is Esteban Reyes Samana. The Peggy Buck Freihoff Scholarship. Peggy Buck Freihoff graduated from Norwood High School in January 1942. She and her husband Robert reared 3 children who also graduated from Norwood. After a massive stroke in 1982, Peggy exemplified courage, patience, and perseverance as she struggled daily for a fulfilled life until her death in 1991. The Peggy Buck Freihoff Scholarship recipient is Summer Saylor. The next presenter is Brian Lammers, alumnus, friend of Brian Howard. Norwood High School Scholarship Foundation trustee.
Good afternoon. I have 8 scholarships to present. This thing is getting long, isn't it? It's because we're giving away so much money. So the first one that is as Ms. Riddle said, is for the Brian Howard Memorial Scholarship. So Brian Howard was my best friend, a 1992 graduate of Norwood. Brian had boundless energy, a great sense of humor, and a caring heart. And while at Norwood, Brian was active in Silhouettes, the musicals, and an Honor Society member, and he was surrounded by many friends. But at age 27, he was diagnosed with colon cancer, which is a very uncommon diagnosis for that age. And after a year of battling the disease, he passed away at only 28 years old. Brian and I had been friends since kindergarten at Sharpsburg. And when someone as special as him passes away, family and friends, we want to do something to capture the spirit and dampen the pain from that loss. We want to create a legacy that carries on when those loved ones cannot carry on. So we held fundraisers and drew together all those people that knew and loved Brian, and we were able to establish this scholarship in his name. And each year I feel honored to present the scholarship to a deserving student that embodies some of the same characteristics that Brian did while he was here at Norwood. And this year, I'm proud to present the Brian Howard Memorial Scholarship to Montserrat Morales Alcala. Next is the Kenneth and Diane DeGarro Cundiff Scholarship. Kenneth and Diane met at Norwood High School, where both were good students and well-liked by their classmates. As a serious competitor, Kenneth played all sports. His teammates described him as skilled, fast, and fierce. Diane was salutatorian and went on to complete her education at Xavier University in medical technology and had a career at Tri-Health Hospitals. Kenneth spent his professional years in the wholesale produce industry, where he was a favorite of customers and was respected for his integrity and knowledge. Both Kenneth and Diane have passed away. Diane is remembered by her daughters as saying, "Tomorrow is another day." When life got busy, tough, and frustrating, she would remind them that tomorrow would bring a new opportunity. The Diane DeGuerra Cundiff Scholarship recipient is Nevaeh Salamandra. Next is the Harold Bates Carl Albrecht Scholarship. Mr. Harold Bates was principal and superintendent from 1934 to 1956. He started co-op programs and night school programs, encouraging Norwood citizens to broaden their education. Carl Albrecht was principal of Williams Avenue School and Norwood High School. In 1956, he became superintendent. He was known as a man of strong character, gentleness, kindness, and friendly personality. The Harold Bates and Carl Albrecht Scholarship recipient is Bowen Garibay. Next is the Ann Rodenberg Gilchrist Scholarship. Ann Rodenberg Gilchrist was a 1953 Norwood graduate and daughter of Dr. William Rodenberg. She attended the University of Kentucky, receiving a degree in library science. She married her high school sweetheart, Jim Gilchrist. Ann is remembered as a woman of integrity and character. The Ann Rodenberg Gilchrist Scholarship recipient is Alon Nolasco de Leon. The next scholarship is the John C. and Betty Dorsey Porter Scholarship. Mr. John Porter was a 1937 graduate of Norwood. Mr. Porter was a very special citizen of Norwood who dedicated himself to serving the community and schools. He was chairman of the board of Fidelity Federal Savings and Loan. He responded to the needs of Norwood, and for his service over the years was recognized as the Chamber of Commerce Man of the Year. In his memory, Fidelity Federal established a scholarship in his honor. The John C. and Betty Dorsey Porter Scholarship recipient is Aiden Bingham. Next is the Harry J. Bingham, MD Scholarship. Dr. Bingham graduated from Norwood High School in 1941. He went on to medical school at the University of Cincinnati. He was called to serve his country during the Korean War, where he was a battalion surgeon. After the war, Dr. Bingham returned to Norwood to open his practice. He is the founding father of the Norwood City Schools Alumni Association. Doc had spent much time, energy, and personal finance in support of the Alumni Association. Dr. Bingham is beloved by the Alumni Association, beloved to the extent that both the Alumni Brick Park and the Alumni Room are named for him. The Harry J. Bingham MD Scholarship recipient is Keviana English. Next is the Neil Joseph Quinn Scholarship. Neil was a 1958 graduate of Norwood High School and went on to continue his secondary education at the University of Cincinnati and Xavier University, majoring in communications. At the time of his passing in 2017, he was the Director of Commercial Property Management for Town Properties Management Company, where he was known by his coworkers as Father Quinn. Neil's co-workers thought so highly of him that they wanted to continue his memory at Norwood High School and create a scholarship for a Norwood High School graduate that exemplified his qualities. The Neil Joseph Quinn Scholarship recipient is Allie Winchester. And the final scholarship that I'll be presenting is, if I can get to it, the class of 1946. Members of the class of 1946 continue to reunite on a regular basis and contribute their time and efforts to supporting the Scholarship Foundation and graduating seniors. A scholarship was set up by the class of 1946 to honor their efforts and memory. The class of 1946 scholarship recipient is Mixie Diaz Romero. Presenting next is John Cole, class of 2020 alumnus and Norwood High School varsity baseball coach.
Good afternoon. My name is John Cole, and I'm a graduate of the class of 2020. The end to my senior year wasn't anything like what my classmates or I could have predicted. Instead of finishing our high school career with awards, picnics, and tearful goodbyes, we were faced with social distancing, mask mandates, and a virtual ending to our time here at Norwood. As a class, we faced many challenges and mourned what our senior year was supposed to be, but we were also given the unique opportunity to get creative and give back. We decided to use the money that would have been spent on our senior picnic and end-of-year festivities to fund a scholarship for future graduates. To the recipient of this reward, the class of 2020 has a couple requests for you. First, we ask you to seek creative solutions when your world gets challenging. Next, be generous even during hard times in your life. Last, and most important, enjoy every moment as your time here comes to an end at Norwood High School. The class of 2020 scholarship recipient is Alan Nalaska De Leon. Before the next scholarship is presented, I would like to take a moment to thank all of the members of the Norwood Scholarship Foundation. I would like to personally thank you for helping me with my academic career. I received scholarships from this foundation 4 years ago as a senior here at Norwood High School. This foundation was kind enough to help me all 4 years of college, and I will walk across the stage in 16 days to receive my college diploma. I would also like to thank the foundation on behalf of past, present, and future students of Norwood High School. This foundation generously gives to students unlike any other school district in the area, and we are truly blessed to have you guys give to us. So thank you very much. Presenting next is Chris Hall, alumnus and Norwood City Schools Alumni Association Vice President.
Somebody just said it for me. I'm back. It's my pleasure to present 5 scholarships now on behalf of the Alumni Association. And the first one is the Sandy Woosty Hyman Scholarship. This scholarship is sponsored by funds donated to the Norwood City Schools Alumni Association by Sandy several years ago. Sandy was a 1961 graduate of Norwood High School, and after graduation, she went to work for Carl H. Linder, the name that you probably know came from Norwood. He was a local financier from here, Norwood, first at United Dairy Farmers in their corporate offices, and later with American Financial Corporation, a multi-billion-dollar company. She became one of the top business persons in the entire country. Sandy was inducted into our Distinguished Hall of Fame in 2009. The motto of the Alumni Association is give something back, and Sandy certainly does this by providing the funding for this scholarship to a deserving Norwood High School graduate. The Sandy Woosty Hyman Scholarship recipient is Aya Castle. The next 4 scholarships are the Norwood City Schools Alumni Association. The Norwood City Schools Alumni Association is dedicated to preserving the history and traditions of the Norwood City Schools. It is committed to having a positive effect on the lives of today's and tomorrow's students. With the motto, give something back, the Norwood City Schools Alumni Association's mission and objective is to advance the interests and actively promote and support the programs and activities of the Norwood City Schools Association. They support programs such as student scholarships, mini grants for all Norwood schools, special funding for school projects including athletic and music departments, to name a few. In addition, they host various fundraisers and recognitions, such as the Halls of Fame honoring the distinguished alumni in athletics, the Alumni Brick Park, and various social events. This year, the first of our 4 recipients is Mixie Diaz Romero. The second recipient is Montserrat Morales Alcala. The third recipient is Aya Kassam. And the final recipient is Madeline Dodson. Presenting next is Angela Barber, alumna, Norwood High School Guidance Secretary, and Foundation Vice President.
Today I'll be presenting 2 different scholarships. The first one is the Bob and Luann Lawhorn Education Fund Scholarship. Bob Lawhorn was a proud graduate of Norwood High School's class of 1968 and went on to study at the University of Cincinnati. Although Bob only moved to Norwood during his high school years, he quickly adopted Norwood as his hometown. Many years have passed since Bob was a student, but he never forgot where he came from and always spoke of his love for Norwood High School and the community. Bob's wife, Luann, created the Lawhorn Education Fund in 2005 to memorialize her husband after his passing. Sadly, in September of 2020, Luann lost her battle with cancer, and to carry on Bob and Luann's legacy, her name was added to the scholarship. They promoted the value of education and knew firsthand the difficulties of financing higher education. Luann spent her career in higher education administration and Bob in the student loan industry. Beginning in 2006, the Lawhorn Foundation has granted 18 scholarships to Norwood graduates to the University of Cincinnati, allowing them to focus on their studies and start their careers free of the burden of student loan debt. As their foundation continues their generosity with Norwood High School's class of 2024, today we are excited to announce that the recipient of the Bob and Luann Lawhorn Education Fund 4-year scholarship worth up to $10,000 per year is Nian Segrist Bellamy. The next 5 scholarships that I'm giving is the Hazel and Theodore Johnson scholarships. The Hazel and Theodore Johnson Scholarship Foundation was set up to assist students in paying for their first year of college. Each year, scholarships are awarded to the students who fit the requirements set forth by Mrs. Johnson prior to her death. The requirements included having a specific GPA and would be pursuing their degree at any branch of the University of Cincinnati. Being an educator, Hazel felt that all students should have the opportunity to attend college to further their education. As the financial need grew over the years, the scholarship fund began renewing these scholarships past the first year to continue helping with the tuition needs for all 4 years, allowing students to further their education as Hazel wanted. The following students are all recipients of the Hazel and Theodore Johnson Scholarship. The first one is Samantha Montgomery. Samantha will be attending UC Blue Ash, majoring in pre-law. The next recipient is Ashley Vargas Torres. Ashley will be attending UC Blue Ash, majoring in nursing.
The next recipient is Ella Martinez. Ella will be attending UC Blue Ash, majoring in pre-physical therapy. Oh. The next recipient is Malachi Longevere. Malachi will be attending UC Blue Ash, majoring in business management and technology. The next recipient is Christopher Bucker. Christopher will be also attending UC Blue Ash, majoring in pre-business. Presenting again is Tina Akers, Sharpsburg Elementary Principal. On behalf of Sharpsburg Elementary PTAs, we would like to award this year's scholarship to Miss Madeline Dodson. So first of all, I wanted to say thank you to all the Sharpsburg students that did apply for the scholarship. There were a number of them. Madeline's rose to the top, her teachers, and I want to give a big shout out to our PTAs at the elementaries. They worked tirelessly to assist students during the school year to have events and things go on at our school to support them. Madeline acknowledged that that was her memory of Sharpsburg Elementary, that those kinds of things that they can provide helped her succeed in elementary school and gave her the foundation that she is going to be moving on in her education. So congratulations. Next presenter is Mr. Tom Robinson, principal at View Elementary.
Good afternoon. It's been a few years. You guys are, you look a little better. It's a big day. Big day. So congratulations to all the scholarship winners. You guys were really my last class, the senior class when I was here, and then you guys were sophomores when I left. So it's good to see all of you again. This year we had a number of very impressive essays turned in for this award, making the decision difficult. But after reading through all of them, it was obvious that one student truly expressed what it meant to be a new Norwood View Warrior. I'm very excited to announce that the 2024 View PTO Scholarship Award recipient will be Devin Earhart. Next presenter is Joe Miller, Williams Avenue Elementary Principal.
Good afternoon. We're almost there. It is my pleasure on behalf of the Williams Avenue PTA to recognize this year's scholarship recipient. With plans to attend UC Blue Ash in the fall, please help me congratulate this year's scholarship recipient, Miss Ella Martinez. And now, please welcome back Norwood High School Principal, Mr. Mark Getter.
Well, we made it. We made it. Congratulations to all of our recipients. Over $250,000 has been exchanged here. Be the future learner. Very exciting stuff. At this time, we are going to ask for all of our juniors and seniors to please stand up quietly, and you can head back to your 7th bell with your teachers. We're going to dismiss in stages. 11th and 12th graders. As they're waking up. Oh my God. Yeah, it still sounds bell. I can't release you too early, I'm sorry. For our recipients, we're going to have you and your family and friends meet us back, and we're going to wander on over to the high school library where we have refreshments and kind of celebrate a little bit and get your letters.
And a picture.
And we want you to get a picture while we're over there. So let's, oh yeah, stay right here. Stay right here, we're going to get a picture.